Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about a meeting that was billed as a clash of political titans, but turned into something far more shocking, a political truce. I am, of course, referring to the White House meeting between President Donald Trump and New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani. Think about this: on one side you have the Republican populist Donald Trump. On the other, the 34-year-old Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani, who just pulled off a stunning upset to become the next leader of America's biggest city. They are ideological polar opposites. Trump previously called Mamdani a communist, and even a communist lunatic. Mamdani, for his part, had previously labeled Trump a despot with a fascist agenda. This wasn't just a meeting. It was a political high-wire act with potentially enormous consequences for both the future of New York and the national political landscape. And, against all odds, it didn't just go well, it resulted in an unlikely alliance. This meeting was not just a photo op. It was a negotiation framed around political survival and necessity. Mamdani's strategy: populism over ideology. Mamdani's win was built on a laser focus on economic despair. His platform included massive public housing programs and efforts to slash utility and grocery costs. His goal was simple: make New York affordable. By requesting and centering this meeting on the affordability agenda, Mamdani performed a masterclass in political jiu-jitsu. He forced Trump to either embrace the populist economic message and offer federal help, or reject it and look completely indifferent to the financial struggles of millions of working-class people. Mamdani successfully used the president's own populist appeal against him. In fact, Mamdani's team noted that they won over a segment of Trump's own working-class voters in the election. Profile chance to address the same concern that fueled Mamdani's victory: the cost of living crisis. The president and his allies are increasingly aware of what some political commentators are calling the Mamdani effect. The concern that young, progressive, economically focused candidates are successfully peeling away working-class voters from the Republican Party. By praising Mamdani as a rational person and promising to help, not hurt New York, Trump strategically softened his image and showed he was capable of bridging the ideological gap when economic issues are at stake. Of course, the differences didn't vanish. The press zeroed in on the massive ideological chasm. When reporters brought up Mamdani's previous label of Trump as a fascist, the president gave an astonishing response, interrupting Mamdani to say, "That's okay. You can just say it. It's easier than explaining it." That single moment shows how eager Trump was to keep the focus strictly on pragmatic solutions and move past the personal insults. They also touched on crucial policy flashpoints. Immigration. Despite Mamdani's pushback on ICE, both ultimately agreed on the mutual goal of a safe New York and getting horrible people out. Foreign policy. Mamdani raised his concerns about the Israeli government and U.S. funding for human rights violations, a clear sign that he is ready to use his office to take on international issues. The two men were able to put aside their immense political differences and find common ground on the core economic issues, specifically the need to build housing and lower prices for New Yorkers. The bottom line is this: the Trump-Mamdani meeting was not about ideological agreement. It was about political necessity. For the next 4 years, the mayor of New York City, who needs federal funding for housing, transit, and social programs, will be required to work with a president who has shown he is willing to wield federal power to punish political opponents. This meeting signals that the most important political fight in America right now might not be between the left and the right, but between pragmatic economics and ideological purity. Will this unlikely alliance hold? Will Trump's praise for the socialist mayor come back to haunt him with his own base? And will Mamdani's ability to compromise erode his standing with the DSA? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you see this as a sign of smart, practical governance, or a dangerous political gamble by both men? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dive political analysis.